Hey guys, it's me Jacob and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the second video in my back to school series. And it is 10 back to school organization tips to help you guys stay organized throughout the school year. Oh, and just to let you guys know, I'm going to be making this video more professional instead of like my other ones, which are just like kind of funny, a lot of them. All of these organizational tips have helped me out so much and have kept me so organized throughout the school year. So I hope that they can help you guys too. Oh, and I need help thinking of a back to school series name. I have been thinking of some of them, but they don't sound that good right now. So let's get started. So the first tip is to have a homework or general use binder because it helps you stay very organized and just all the things you use for every class can stay in one place. So I've been doing this since the start of 6th grade. So in 6th grade, I just got a huge binder and put everything in it. But in 7th grade, I got a 1.5-inch homework binder. So when I was in 7th grade, I put certain things that I needed for every class and things that I needed to take home or for homework in that binder. And I'm doing that for 8th grade too. So in the homework binder, I have a pencil pouch with just pencils, pens, highlighters, everything I need. A planner which just lets me write down all the homework I have to do, a homework folder to put all the things that I have to do in, and some loose leaf paper, which leads me on to my next tip. So my second tip is to have loose leaf paper on you at all times, and so I just put it in my general use or homework binder. So say your teacher gives you an in-class assignment that requires lined paper, you already have it on you and you can use it for homework. Like for my math homework, we have to copy things down from the textbook and just answer the questions there. So I always use my lined loose leaf paper and it's so convenient because it's always in my homework binder and that's the binder I bring home with me every day. So it's just really great to have a large supply of loose leaf paper. So the third tip, which I've already kind of talked about in the first tip, is to have a planner and actually use it. Some schools, like mine, give you planners, but like not many people use them. So I really recommend using the planners that they give you, or you could just buy one of your own that you prefer more. Because when you write down all your homework for each subject in your planner, it helps you so much and ensures that you won't forget what to do that night for homework. And also, other than homework, you can just write important things that you need to remember, such as school dances or bringing in money for lunch. So yeah, just using a planner helps you stay very productive and on track throughout the school year. So my fourth tip is to have separate things for each class and not combine, because that will just make you less organized and you could just end up combining your notes and everything on accident, which is not good. So I really just recommend getting either binders for every class and just putting paper inside of them, or just getting a notebook and folder for each class, which is what I do now. So I have some of my school supplies from last year with me, and right here I just have my language arts notebook and my language arts folder. Having a separate notebook for all of my classes really helps. So a lot of notebooks have folders built into them, such as this one, which has a really good plastic folder, but I just recommend getting folders for every class too. And just like notebooks, you shouldn't put things from every single class into one folder, but you should instead just get different folders for each class. In my language arts folder, I just have all of my papers from that class. And there's a lot of papers in that folder, and just using one folder for every class would not be able to work because it just get too stuffed and end up breaking. So the fifth tip, which is related to the fourth tip, is to color coordinate your notebooks and folders to your classes. So like last year, I didn't do an amazing job at doing this, but it still worked for me. So instead of my social studies things being the same color, one of them is orange and one of them is red, but they're still kind of similar colors. And then for language arts, the notebook and folder are different shades of blue, but the general idea is to just color coordinate your supplies to the class. Like in my school, when you get your schedule on the first day, your classes are associated with a color, so you can get your supplies to match the color of that class. Or you can do what I'm doing this year and just like do a theme but get different colored supplies for each class so you can still remember and associate a color with a class. The sixth tip is to highlight your notes because it really helps and it just draws your attention to the important information. Like in every single class, especially in math, I took it really seriously. I just highlighted everything and made it so colorful, and I was really proud of myself. And it helped me do really well on tests. The seventh tip is to always keep your lunch card on you, whether it's in your phone case or like attached to you somehow. So if you have a clear phone case for your phone, it's just perfect because you can just put your lunch card in the back of your case. And then when you have to scan your lunch card when you get hot lunch, or if you get hot lunch, you can just take out your phone and then just let them scan it because the case is clear, so you can just see right through it. If you don't want to bring your phone around like me, then you can just get a lanyard and just put it around your neck and then have your lunch card attached to the lanyard. So the eighth tip, which is really helpful to me, is to get your supplies from your locker every 2 classes so you don't have to go to your locker in between every single class. So this is super helpful for me because most kids just stay in the pod and go to all of their classes there, which is really convenient. But I have some advanced classes that are outside of the pod that are in hallways pretty far away. So let's say I have a class in the hallway that's far away, and then I have to go back to the pod after that, but I only have a limited amount of time to get there. So I just get my supplies from my locker 2 classes at a time, so I don't have to stop at my locker and worry about being late to the class. Only bring what you need to your classes. And this is pretty straightforward because the more things you bring, the more things you have to keep track of. And that just increases the chance that you'll forget something in the classroom. And tying in with tip number 1, if you just put everything in a general use binder or homework binder, that also limits the amount of things that you bring to class because it's all just in one binder. See, all of these tips are connected. Everything's connected. Okay, and my 10th and final tip is to declutter your binders and folders and notebooks and just every supply in general pretty often, because you can just have tons of papers in there that are unnecessary to have and that are old and that you don't need anymore. So just please do this because you don't want a folder that's stuffed with papers that you're not even gonna end up using. So every 2 weeks to a month, I would recommend clearing out your folders and binders. If you're worried that you might need some of your things, then you can just always have an accordion file folder, which are those huge things that have multiple pockets inside. Those are the tips that I have for you guys, and I hope that all of them come in handy this school year. Please stay tuned for more of my videos in this back to school series. Please like, comment some series name ideas, and hit that subscribe button to support me and my channel. Bye guys! So it's just really great to have a copious and just a disclaimer, I'm gonna try to make this more of a professional video of and just to let you guys know, I'm gonna try to make this more because all of these organization tips, or just buying one of your own that you might prefer. Yeah. Can you just pass? Color coordinate. Can you stop? Can you just? Ugh. And also I would love for you guys to leave suggestions. This video has taken so long to film, so I am done. Ugh. Finally. Ugh.